Bob Ford matched the rebound on a missed free throw away from Gopher Jim Brewer and makes a backhand two-pointer for trailing 30-25. Purdue gets the ball to Bob Ford, who scores from under to put Indiana ahead 29-28. Coming back on a quick down, Bob Ford hits a high banker from the left side.
Won their first national championship. They pulled off USC.
Number 2 was a 14-yarder to junior tight end Tim Stratton, who later in the season will be named the inaugural recipient of the John Mackey Award as the best tight end in college football. Five alive. Stratton finished today with an even 100 yards receiving on a career-high 12 catches. This feat marked only the second time in Purdue history that 3 receivers would reach the century mark in a game. His only touchdown pass on the day came on this 13-yarder to Tim Stratton.
Bob Ford matched the rebound on a missed free throw away from Gopher Jim Brewer and makes a backhand two-pointer for trailing 30-25. Purdue gets the ball to Bob Ford, who scores from under to put Indiana ahead 29-28. Coming back on a quick down, Bob Ford hits a high banker from the left side.
Won their first national championship. They pulled off USC.
Number 2 was a 14-yarder to junior tight end Tim Stratton, who later in the season will be named the inaugural recipient of the John Mackey Award as the best tight end in college football. Five alive. Stratton finished today with an even 100 yards receiving on a career-high 12 catches. This feat marked only the second time in Purdue history that 3 receivers would reach the century mark in a game. His only touchdown pass on the day came on this 13-yarder to Tim Stratton.
Bob Ford matched the rebound on a missed free throw away from Gopher Jim Brewer and makes a backhand two-pointer for trailing 30-25. Purdue gets the ball to
Dessert. That cheesecake looks outstanding. Just a little extra for you before your nap as we get set for tonight when the Boilermakers take on the Ducks in Ross-Ade Stadium. And again, I hope all of you will be able to be there as our inductees are honored on the field this evening. Should be a wonderful night, and I know everyone will take a little extra jacket or two to get out there once the sun falls. Well, Mike's going to make his way up here as he'll be putting the jackets on the inductees, and Darian's up here as well. We're so glad to have you again with us today in Spurgeon Club. Some of you may want to join us tonight in the Varsity P as we'll have our tailgate event. Nico Kudavidis will be there as our guest of honor tonight, so we're looking forward to that very much. Let's get into our inductees for this 22nd Leroy Keys Athletics Hall of Fame induction. Our first inductee is a 2-time Olympian and 5-year letter winner as a sprinter and hurdler for Purdue women's track and field. She won 11 individual conference championships while leading the Boilermakers to the 2017 Big Ten Outdoor Championships title. She earned 7 first-team All-America honors and a pair of second-team honors during her time at Purdue. The accolades go on. She was named the 2017 Purdue Athletics Female Athlete of the Year after winning 5 Big Ten individual titles and clinching 3 top 8 finishes at the NCAA championships. She still holds school records in the 100-meter hurdles, 60 meters, and 60-meter hurdles. She also holds the world record in 60-meter hurdles, which she set earlier this year. Since graduation, the Boilermaker great has continued competing on the world stage with great distinction for her native Bahamas, most recently in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Please join me in welcoming Devin Charlton to the stage.
I want to first say thank you to the committee for this recognition. It's a tremendous honor to be inducted into the Leroy Keys Hall of Fame. I also want to say congratulations to my fellow inductees. I'm standing here with a lot of feelings of gratitude, thankfulness, and nostalgia. I'm thankful to my coaches that recruited me here, that worked with me and helped mold me into the person and athlete I am today. my parents and family for their never-ending support, to my teammates that traveled in from all over the country to celebrate with me today. Thank you for always being there, then and now. And to this institution and athletic department, thank you for the opportunity to learn and to grow. I hold a lot of memories that I'll cherish forever, and it wouldn't have been possible without the 5 years I spent here in West Lafayette, and so just want to say thank you for that support. It means everything. Boiler up.
Congratulations, Devin. Our next inductee is a 4-year letter winner as an outside hitter for Purdue volleyball. This Boilermaker icon was a gold medalist at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, playing a key role in the Team USA historic run on the world stage. She was also a silver medalist in the 2024 Paris Olympics and has become a regular with the U.S. senior national team. Before her international glory, she led the Boilermakers to 3 NCAA tournament trips, including 2 Sweet 16s and 1 Elite 8. She closed out her Purdue career with second-team All-America honors in 2015, along with back-to-back first-team All-Big Ten accolades. A leader on the court and in the classroom, she was a 2-time academic All-Big Ten selection. Please join me in welcoming Annie Drews to the stage.
Devin, that was really hard to follow. I'm a little intimidated to be up here now, so you set the bar very high. I want to start by saying thank you to the university, to the athletic department. It's so wonderful to come back and see fresh faces, but also so many familiar people in this room. Nancy Cross is here, Kathy Wright-Eager, just people who really were so kind in my home away from home in my time here. I want to thank my parents, Mike and Carrie here. Thank you for showing me what it looks like to show up for your kids. And I don't know if they've ever missed a game, and just really grateful. My husband, Tanner, former Purdue baseball pitcher, and just one of the pillars on which I stand. Tremendous support, and couldn't have done this without you. I have my teammate here as well, Amanda Neal, and I'm just really grateful for the teammates who I got to experience this wonderful time at Purdue with. Coming back to campus, it always feels like home in a way. There's something really just nostalgic and warm and welcoming about it. I think one of the themes of the U.S. national team is this idea that we've never fully arrived. We're always going to be pursuing more, and we're never going to fully get to the point where we've reached mastery. And I think part of why that has resonated with me for so long is because it was modeled so well for me here at Purdue, specifically with Purdue Athletics. It's beautiful to come back and just see the resources available to students now, and just the ways that campus and the athletic department has changed, and just the constant advocating for student athletes. And I'm just really grateful to be a part of this and to call myself a Boilermaker, and thank you very much.
I think Coach Shondell was going to see if she had any eligibility left last night, but they pulled it out. Keeping with the theme of Boilermaker Olympians, our next inductee also represented Purdue in his native Nigeria in Paris this past summer. A standout for the men's track and field program, he is a 13-time All-American who finished as the 2016 NCAA Championships runner-up in the weight throw and shot put. Additionally, he was a Big Ten champion in the weight and hammer throws and swept the 2016 Big Ten Field Athlete of the Year and Field Athlete of the Championships awards in the indoor and outdoor sessions. He was the first three-time champion in the hammer throw in conference history, and he still holds the school records in all 4 events he competed in. Please join me in welcoming Chukwuebuka Enekwachi to the stage.
Good afternoon. It's a huge honor to be here. I didn't think it was possible, and that's because all my career, all my life, I've kind of been punching upwards in different ways. And even coming to Purdue was kind of an outside chance. Started track and field as a 16-year-old. By the time I was a senior, there was no scholarship money left except for 2 schools, one other and Purdue. I took one visit, one official visit, and I knew as soon as I went on campus, and of course I'm from New York City, but when I saw that we had an indoor facility, Lambert Fieldhouse, I was kind of sold. So I came through and decided to be a part of the team. There was only one problem. I didn't know how to do any of my events. I was gliding in high school. Of course, you rotate at the college level. I was using 2 turns in the weight throw and the hammer. You use 3 or 4 turns in college. But I knew that Morgan Burke took a chance on me. I knew that Jack Warner, before, of course, Coach Green and Mike Babinski, these guys decided to take a gamble on a little kid that's 5'10" and 215 pounds out of New York City. And I've grown to 5'11", which is pretty huge. And I stand before you, a 2-time Olympian, and that's because of what happened at Purdue University. So I thank you guys so much. I thank the committee, first of all, because you guys are honoring me in a way that I would have never expected. I want to thank Purdue University altogether because this is still home after about 12 years. I left home as an 18-year-old, and I've stayed around. I competed all 5 years, and immediately as soon as I was done competing, I became a volunteer assistant coach, and I'm now more of a Hoosier than I am a New Yorker. So thank you for making this my second home. I want to thank all my previous coaches. Coach McBride is here, Coach Green is here, love of my life, Chelsea Meeks is here and her family. Chelsea actually joined me at the Olympics with her family in Paris, so that was a huge experience for me. And I feel at home with you guys, which is a big part of why I've never left. And I thank you so much for this honor.
Congratulations. The next inductee is a 3-year letter winner who earned first-team All-Big Ten honors as a senior in basketball in 1972. He became just the 3rd academic All-American in school history and ranks 10th in the program's history for both scoring average and rebounding average. He's already a Hall of Famer. In fact, he was inducted into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame back in 1997. He was the 11th Boilermaker to surpass 1,000 career points, scoring 1,244 points during an era in which freshmen did not see varsity action. He was a member of the World University team in 1970 and the Pan American team in 1971. Additionally, he used to be the host of this very ceremony for several years when the Purdue Athletics Hall of Fame was established. A couple of other notes. He was also a personality and color broadcaster on Purdue and Big Ten television games for many years. In fact, many people that grew up in this era, like me, watched him on television for many years. He also contributed for years as a general manager of WLFI and also in Purdue's President's Council. Please join me in welcoming Bob Ford to the stage.
Well, I could do the thing that is the scariest for a host such as Nate, and that's reach into my pocket and pull out a speech. I'm not going to do that. I want to thank the committee for this wonderful, great thing that's happening here today. It's been a whirlwind. When Mark called, I thought it was a fundraising call, because that's what he does. And when he said Hall of Fame, I about fell out of my chair. My wife wondered what was going on. I want to say thank you to my family for supporting me through the years of television and trying to be a basketball player way past my day. But it was a joy, and I had a wonderful opportunity to come back to serve in the President's Council as director. Did a lot of things in this particular room. But the most incredible thing that I got to do every football morning on Saturday was to stand in front of that President's Council crowd and say, my name is Bob Ford, and I am a Boilermaker. That always sent chills down my back. I remember watching the gal on TV do the promotion where she played, and she ended up by saying that she was a Boilermaker. And I thought, you just can't do any better than that. My family is here today. Andrew and his boys are here, both Cameron and Landon. Rob is here with his family, Claire and Ryan and Lindsay. So glad that you are all here. Kate couldn't come. She's the oldest grandchild. She's being honored today at Harrison High School, so we wanted to make sure that she got to do that. My daughter is up there somewhere, and that's Kara, and her husband Matt, Max and Gordon, and number 22, Pop, is Evie, and she is 1 year old. And Evie, Kara, can you get to where they can see Evie? And if you can just get right over here. And she's wearing number 22, which I wore when I was at Purdue, and really enjoyed that. I don't know where she is, but there she is. Oh, there she is. Okay, there she is. I'm so glad that they were able to come today. Thank you very much, Karen. She's being nice and quiet. That's not normally the case. Again, thank you to the committee. It's a joy to have served this university. As so many people do, I met my wife first day on campus as a recruiting date. I don't know if any of the rest of you had recruiting dates, but way back in the day they did that. And we met, and she was the third person they called to try to get a date for me, as I remember. She was on another date, actually, with another guy. I had a little conversation with him on the steps of Meredith Hall, I suggested that maybe he shouldn't call her anymore. And it seemed to have worked out. It's been, 53 years. So I think it's going to stick. Thank you all so much for what you do for Purdue and for being here to honor these wonderful athletes. It's awe-inspiring just to be named and mentioned with this group of folks. And Dave, I loved the game last night. Could you get him just maybe win in 4 sets? It'd be a lot. Annie was up in the crowd getting the student body riled up. Thank you for that. That was so much fun. It was really cool. Thanks so much to everybody. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations. Our next inductee is a Boilermaker through and through, both as a player and now as a coach. She is a 4-year letter winner who appeared in 133 games with 100 starts for Purdue women's basketball. A 4-time All-Big Ten selection and 3-time All-Big Ten tournament team honoree. She was also named Big Ten Freshman of the Year in 2004. This Boilermaker legend helped lead Purdue to 2 Big Ten tournament titles and ranks 4th in program history with 1,974 career points. Her single-game scoring record of 41 points still stands in the school record book, and she was selected 7th overall by the Seattle Storm in the 2007 WNBA draft. She has led the Boilermakers to postseason play in each of her 3 seasons as head coach. Please join me in welcoming Katie Geralds to the stage.
Any of that. I'm not funny or sentimental right now, so I'll do my best. But first of all, thank you to the committee for this honor, and congratulations to all the other inductees going into the Hall of Fame. Monica and family, to have my name next to Leroy's is an honor that I will live for the rest of my life. Funny enough, I was on vacation and sorry, you said 2 to 3 minutes, right? Whew, I'll do my best. I was on vacation with my family, and I got an email from my assistant. The boss wants to meet with you. Oh, shit, what did I do? Well, I'm not in town. Is next week okay? Great. I think we met about 4:30 or 4:45 one afternoon, and all day, I mean, my heart rate was going crazy. I didn't know what I did. I thought I was going to get fired or something. But, having Mike and Tiff sit down and tell me that I was going to go into the Leroy Keys Hall of Fame, I think I bleed black and gold, maybe more than anyone in the world. I'm so proud to be a Boilermaker. It is the 4 years I spent here is exactly why I am who I am today. And to be able to stand on the sideline and lead young women is an honor that, it's something, a blessing I don't take for granted. Walking down the ramp to Mackey every day, standing at center court or on the sideline during a game is something I don't take for granted. And I vow to make sure I'm never getting that call to Mike that he's going to fire me. I told you I'd toss you the keys if I didn't think we could do this. But, I thank my coaches. I came to Purdue to play for Christy Curry and then played my last year for Sharon Versip. And 2 great coaches, all my teammates that stood by me every single day, and then my family. That light is so bright, so I don't see you all up there, but I obviously have my family and my rock every single game. And then my staff is up there too right now, and they've already canceled practice. Their decision, not mine, so we're going to have some fun today. But the last thing I want to say is my grandfather was my best friend in the whole world. Here you go, Sean. I hated Purdue growing up, hated it. He was the only Boilermaker fan in our family. He got his fighter's license here, his pilot's license, flew in the Navy in World War II, passed away my junior year of high school. 3 months later, I committed to be a Boilermaker, and I can't imagine how proud he would be here. Damn. I feel him every day I'm here. I wanted to bring my glass up here, but I thought I'd spill it. But this is me lifting my glass to my Gramps. I love him and hope I'm always making him proud. Boiler up, BTFU.
Congratulations, Katie. This next inductee was a member of one of the 2 national championships teams in Purdue women's sports history. A 4-year letter winner for women's golf, she was named the 2012 Big Ten Golfer of the Year. She was also the recipient of the 2012 Mary Fossum Award given to the Big Ten golfer with the lowest stroke average. She is one of only 3 people in program history to become a 4-time first-team All-Big Ten honoree. Additionally, she was the 2010 Big Ten Freshman of the Year and helped lead the Boilermakers to a second-place team finish at the NCAA Championships in 2011, 3rd place in 2013, and 9th place in 2012. She placed 3rd overall individually at both the 2011 and 2012 National Championships. Please join me in welcoming Laura Gonzalez Escajon to the stage.
This is nerve-wracking. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the committee for allowing me to be part of this Hall of Fame. I saw Maria Hernandez get inducted a couple years ago, and I always dreamed about being inducted as well. My coach, when he recruited me, actually, he asked me if I was ready to step into Maria's shoes and win as many tournaments as she did, and I hope I did my best. And I'm also in the Hall of Fame now, so I'm very proud of that. I would like to thank my parents, my family. They're not here today because we live kind of far away. I'm from Belgium, so that's a long flight. My mom made it, so I'm very excited. Other than that, I would like to thank the Purdue Athletic Department and my coach, Coach Browse, and assistant coach Caroline Haig. They made this adventure, which was starting and coming all the way really far away from home and experiencing a great family, because Purdue is now a family for me. Whenever I come to Indiana, it's like coming home, and allowing me to even practice after I turned professional. I came a couple years and I practiced on the facilities. The golf course is amazing, which allowed me to be playing on a LPGA now. So that's an honor, and I would like to thank everyone for coming, all the inductees, congratulations, and yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Our next inductee is a 3-time letter winner for Purdue baseball. As a catcher, he was named the 2012 Big Ten Player of the Year and co-MVP of that 2012 team that won Purdue's first Big Ten title since 1909, as well as the conference tournament crown. He was a finalist for the 2012 Johnny Bench Award and earned second-team All-America honors. This Boilermaker great still ranks in the top 10 in various programs' single-season record lists, including hits, runs, doubles, total bases, and being hit by a pitch. It's a good one to have. After his time at Purdue, he was selected 35th overall in the 2012 MLB draft by the New York Mets and later made his major league debut in 2015. He has spent 8 seasons with the Mets, the Cleveland Guardians, the Boston Red Sox, and the Texas Rangers. Please join me in welcoming home Kevin Plawecki as he comes up to the stage.
Thank you, and congratulations to the other inductees, and thanks to the committee for all this. It's amazing. As long as I can remember, I wanted to be a Purdue Boilermaker. Purdue was the first phone call I got when the recruiting process opened up, or that window opened up. Doug Schreiber called, and that was the only phone call I think I needed. And I was surrounded by a lot of great teammates, a lot of great players, and coaches, trainers, support staff during my time here. It made me into the person and player that I was able to become. As a kid growing up, my parents brought me and my brother to a lot of football and basketball games. Drew Brees was my hero. Spent a lot of times watching him. My dad played golf here for 3 years and borderline brainwashed me and my brother on Purdue athletics, and for that I thank you, Dad. While Purdue provided me with a lot, ultimately, the most important thing was my wife, who I met in Owen Hall just down the street here my freshman year. She was an amazing soccer player here for 4 years, and now an amazing mom to our 2 boys, Kason and Crew, and our baby girl, Callie, we just had in June. I don't think she knew what she was signing up for in Owen Hall. Well, we've come a long way, and I don't think we either of us would change it for the world. Because of baseball, my family and I have traveled all across the country, created a lot of lifelong memories only a kid could dream of. But when it's all said and done, Purdue has and always will be a home for us. Thank you to everybody I have here tonight, my mom and dad, my brother, my wife, obviously, my kids, my wife's parents, Ed and Candace. Thank you guys so much for all your support over the years. It means the world to me. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Such an honor to be here, such an amazing university, and one of the few selected in the Hall of Fame. So thank you guys. Hope to see you guys tonight on the field after we are all rushing it. So it'll be fun. Yeah.
Congratulations, Kevin. I was thinking about our final inductee as I was a student undergrad on campus during the time that he played. The only thing that came to mind was the line from Top Gun Maverick when they're discussing Maverick and they say, his exploits are legendary. Our final inductee was a 4-year letter winner for Purdue football under head coach Joe Tiller. He was the inaugural recipient of the John Mackey Award in 2000, presented to the nation's best tight end. Also a semifinalist for the Mackey Award in 2001. He was a 3-time first-team All-Big Ten selection, just the 4th in program history. He recorded 204 career receptions, breaking the former school record of 181, and became just the 3rd player in Big Ten history to eclipse 200 career catches. A stalwart of consistency, he played in all 49 possible games during his Purdue career, recording a catch of 47 of those 49 games. And yes, he did finish his career and find his helmet before he left the field for the final time. Please join me in welcoming Tim Stratton to the stage.
was going to write a speech, but then I said I never keep to it, so I'm just going to wing it. Although my wife and my sister just said no language, so I got to be careful. Thank you, Mike. Thank you to the committee, and congratulations to all the other inductees. It's pretty incredible. My girls, for Annie, both play volleyball, so they were super excited that I would get a chance to meet her. So on top of everyone else, and it's pretty cool to be the with all these Olympians up here, and obviously Bob and so on and so forth. I kind of feel like a schlub, if you want to, for lack of a better term. But nonetheless, I think the first time I got a call from Purdue, it was Jim Coletto. And I remember getting home from school, and I got a call. Tiller wasn't here yet, and my mom said, "Hey, there's a coach from Purdue on the phone." I'm like, "Okay." So I run upstairs in my room, grabbed the phone. He's like, "Yeah, this is Coach Coletto from Purdue. All my assistants are out of the office, so I had to call you. We're interested in you." I'm like, didn't know what to think about that. So I told him, I said, "Coach, I appreciate it, but I don't really care for you or your program," and I hung up the phone. And lo and behold, yeah, I'm sorry, I've always been outspoken, let's just say that. So not knowing, Coach Tiller was coming to the program from Wyoming, and he brought some videos. Coach Melvin was recruiting me and said, "Hey, you can be I was a wide receiver in high school. I was 190 pounds, soaking wet. And they said you could be a slow receiver at, these other schools, or you can be a faster tight end here at Purdue." Our tight end caught 80 some odd balls that season. So I said, "You know what, let's go for it." So was fortunate enough to come here. It was also a pretty cool honor to have all 8 coaches in my dining room back home in Oak Brook, and suburb of Chicago. So that meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to my parents. Unfortunately, my dad passed away 22 years ago. My mom is dealing with some memory issues, so she's not able to be here today. But my siblings are here, my wife. My kids are at school. They are student athletes, so we said, you know what? The older one's got a tournament, so you've got to go to the tournament and contribute and be a good teammate. And the younger one as well, had her own stuff going on. And then my coworkers are here. Got some friends here as well. And I do got to say thank you to the committee. Thank you to everyone here. My time here was a lot of fun. Last night was a lot of fun too, so feeling it today. And it's been a great honor to be a Boilermaker. It's when you wear your Purdue shirt around, everyone's yelling "Boiler up," and it's amazing that Mrs. Tiller coined that term and still getting paid on it. But it's interesting, and I was just in San Diego for work a couple weeks ago, walking around with a Purdue shirt, and I couldn't tell you how many people were saying "Boiler up" as I walked by, and it was it's just a great feeling when you're walking around. And we've had a lot of fun when we were here. Everyone obviously attributes a lot of my success to Drew, but what they don't realize is that our offensive line was incredible. 4 of the 5 guys went to the league. Drew was he was decent, right? So, excuse me. And in I think the 49 games, I didn't catch a ball in 2 of them. I voiced my opinion to the coaches about those, which I did many a times. So, but nonetheless, I was really proud of my accomplishments here, but none of it would have happened without my teammates, my family. And I will say this one last story. I actually wasn't going to play football in high school. So I started playing tackle football when I was 6, because I was the same size as 9-year-olds. So I played in a Pop Warner League and hated it. I was this fat kid, husky, my mom said. So, yeah. I wore sweatpants until like 7th grade. Yeah, it was awesome. So started, at preschool or kindergarten, played with the 8, 9-year-olds. So I was always playing up with kids, and I never really got to play with kids my own age. And so by the time 6th grade came around, I hit the limit, the weight limit. It was 5'4", 135. So apparently the weight limit was 135 back then. But that summer, I went from 5'4" to 5'10". And then I had glasses growing up too, and I always had the broken temples. So I was just the epitome of like ugly fat kid. So I got contacts 7th grade. I got tall and skinny. I was still playing travel soccer, basketball, volleyball, you name it. I was playing all the other sports, track. And so going into high school, my sister Melissa's here, and she was playing soccer at York, and she said, "Hey, the head coach said you'd start on varsity as a freshman." So I went to our father, and who was, I was his 7th kid, so he called me Butch my entire life because I think he forgot my name to a certain point. So I go, hey, Dad, I'm not going to play football in high school. He said, the hell you aren't? He's like, my brother Steve was an All-American in college. My brother Danny was playing with him at the same college. And I said, you know what? No, I could start as a freshman on varsity. He goes, Timmy, and this makes me think about NIL stuff now. He goes, if you get a scholarship, I'll get you whatever car you want, but you have to play football. So I kind of thought maybe he foreshadowed this, God, in 1993. So lo and behold, I went out for football. I couldn't throw, but I could catch. So I was an option quarterback and a defensive end and a kicker. And lo and behold, as my seasons progressed, obviously good things happened, and basketball and volleyball helped. And that's one of the reasons why Coach Tiller recruited me, was the hand-eye coordination from volleyball. So, and I loved volleyball. I wanted to play. I got offered to play in college, and I chose the football route instead to kind of honor my dad and my brothers and everyone else. So with that being said, I just thought that was a fun story about my dad and my history, and I'm glad to be here and thankful for all that the school has done for me and for myself, my family, and my professional life. So thank you very much. Boiler up.
Congratulations, Tim. We'd like to have all 8 of our honorees come back up to the stage with me here, if we could, please. We're going to do a little group activity with our honorees, and then after we're finished with that, we'll have all of our Hall of Famers stay up here to get a group photo with Mike Bobinski before we leave. But we want you all to come up here and help us out. There's Kevin. Thanks to Tom Schott and the committee and the JPC and all of the people that put this great day together. This afternoon, we have honored 8 individuals who exemplified what it means to be a Boilermaker and all that they do. Through different sports, different eras, different individual journeys, they are connected because of what they collectively did to elevate Purdue University's Boilermakers to new heights. What they accomplished resides in our memories and in our record books, and now and forever, they are Purdue Hall of Famers. Please join me in a round of applause to honor these Boilermakers, and they'll conclude us as we sing together with them leading Hail Purdue. Again, thank you for being here today. Look forward to tonight. And our Hall of Famers will get a picture with Mike here, and then we know a lot of you will want to meet and greet them as we congratulate them. Thanks so much. Boiler up, hammer down, hail Purdue.
We're taking too much room, right?
Bob Ford matched the rebound on a missed free throw away from Gopher Jim Brewer and makes a backhand two-pointer for trailing 30-25. Purdue gets the ball to Bob Ford, who scores from under to put Indiana ahead 29-28. Coming back on a quick down, Bob Ford hits a high banker from the left side.
Won their first national championship. They pulled off USC.
Number 2 was a 14-yarder to junior tight end Tim Stratton, who later in the season would be named the inaugural recipient of the John Mackey Award as the best tight end in college football. Five alive. Stratton finished today with an even 100 yards receiving on a career-high 12 catches. This feat marked only the second time in Purdue history that 3 receivers would reach the century mark in a game. His only touchdown pass on the day came on this 13-yarder to Tim Stratton.